Drag Race Belgique is such an interesting capsule season because it almost comes across as if it's a documentary about drag queens rather than a genuine competition. Like, you can see the competition elements there, but a lot of it is sort of just like backstage footage of queens talking and doing things. And while I don't necessarily think that's a problem, I guess I understand the criticism towards this season and why people didn't really connect with it, as they have with a lot of other international ones. But let's talk episode 1. First in the room is Edna Sorglson, a very fascinating creature who I think gives off the energy of someone who just got off shift and is about to go to Jamba Juice and get some type of lemongrass smoothie before going to yoga. I don't know what it is. I really fuck with this girl. I think that she is so funny, and I really enjoyed her energy for the couple of episodes that she was on. The first episode is a talent show and then a Belgique inspired runway, and I thought that Edna was very funny, albeit strange. Mocha Bonet is the second one in the room, giving us coffee beans because, of course, she's a mocha. Mocha's energy is interesting all season because the queens don't really seem to connect with her, and in my head I was getting a lot of flashbacks to the way that specifically Lolita Banana was treated in the first season of Drag Race France. Like, Mocha is just not well received, whether that be because her energy is distinctly different from everyone in the room, or she's kind of hard to understand for the most part, is what they say. But I really liked Mocha as far as energy is concerned. I think there was a lot to be desired with her drag, but she was a fun character to watch this season. Next in is my absolute bias, Peach, giving me Sandra Lee realness. She looks like she's going to pour 2 shots of vodka, and it's going to be 10. Just a heads up, as we talk about this season, I am going to be standing Peach every single day. Next in is Athena Sorglson, who I believe has dropped the Sorge part as of going to All Stars Global. I really liked Athena. She had such a strong trajectory throughout the entire competition and really lost a lot of steam at the end. Like, when she came in, I knew that she had gone to Global, so I knew that she didn't win. But I kept thinking, like, how is this girl not going to win? She's got to fumble it really hard. Especially winning the very first week, having such a good showcase for the talent show, as well as her runway for Belgique Color. Like, she was really doing a great job until the very end. And then we have Valenciaga. Y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, I am such a Valenciaga stan. I really enjoyed their very blasé IDGAF attitude that they had all season. Next is Brittany von Buttocks, who, besides having a crazy name, has almost like evil energy about her. I am not trying to be mean, but something about Britney was just like kind of sinister from the moment that she walked in. And I think it has a lot to do with her paint, but I'm sure she's a very nice girl. We have Drag Quinn coming in, who has a very distinctly different energy from everyone else in the room. Like, it is on par with Paloma and Carmen Farala, just someone who comes in and is just utterly different than everybody and stands out in such a positive way. It took me a little while to warm up to Quinn because she's got this kind of icy exterior, but underneath she's a big old goofball, and I am obsessed with the way that she navigates this competition. And then we have Susan, one of the other queens coming into the Drag Race universe that doesn't typically wear wigs. And I think it's very funny that the 2 primaries that I can think of that have this kind of aesthetic both have "Can I speak to the manager" haircuts. I wasn't totally feeling anything that Susan did this season, but I understand that she was having a hard time with the language barrier, being someone who doesn't speak French first, and so having to kind of interpret everything as she was going. I can imagine maybe that's why she wasn't giving as much to the camera, because there was so many gears that were all moving, trying to just get her through the day. And then Mademoiselle Boop, looking like she came straight out of the season 7 prison mini challenge. I don't know, I really liked Boop this season. She was a hoot. And someone who I think was vastly ahead of her time, and that is Amanda Tears. Because this looks so now. Like, I could see a drag queen right now at Hamburger Mary's wearing this with the spandex leggings, with this funky little shoe, all the accoutrements everywhere. Like, she has such a strange, bizarre first timer energy, but it works somehow. Like, I feel like this girl would go really far on a US season now. Episode 1 is utterly insane, but made me fall in love with a lot of these queens because there's just no drama. It's just a good time, feel good, drag is for everybody type of vibe. And I really enjoy that Drag Race Belgique feels so different than every other piece of the Drag Race universe. Like, it truly does feel like it's just a documentary showing us drag queens competing rather than all the petty drama that typically crops up in Drag Race seasons. Strong first episode, albeit a little strange, but I enjoyed it all the same. And tomorrow we will get into episode 2.